Well, folks, you've just found your way to another episode of HoppiesTV.com, where the topic today happens to be one of the proudest names in the shooting sports industry, Hoppies number 9. I'm your host, Dave Andrus, and I'll be the first to offer a small confession about how I clean my guns. That even though I know better, sometimes it's tempting to do things that aren't quite good for my guns. Like going a little too long between cleanings, or maybe letting a gun sit and stay too long without proper maintenance. Or worse, not taking action when I know there's been some condensation. That's why I am so grateful to the gun people at Hoppies for inventing good old number 9 solvent. Because for more than 100 years now, that sweet smelling stuff has been making up for those occasional lapses in judgment, and in fine fashion. It's kind of funny when you think about it, a brand of solvent that's as old as dirt doing a number on dirt. Which prompts me to draw your attention to the true nature of dirt and deposits that build up inside your gun over time. It all comes down to carbon, the unavoidable byproduct of loading around and squeezing the trigger. It gets into the very pores of the metal inside the bore, bonding there, and generally making a mess of your prized firearms, not to mention your accuracy. You can't prevent carbon buildup, but the happy news is you can obliterate it with our old friend, Hoppies number 9. Let's get down to the meat of the issue using this Remington 308 as our subject. I've got it situated here in my Kolpin sight vise gun mount, which has also made a name for itself as an aid on the range and as a practical tool for minor gunsmithing. But first, a pop quiz. What's the very first thing anyone should do before cleaning their firearm? That's right. Make sure the darn thing is empty. That's for the safety of you and for those around you. I'm serious. But now, just for fun and a little extra insight, let's take this Hoppies bore light and take a gander inside the barrel, just to see what a genuine mess we have. First step, make sure my bolt has been removed. I'm going to activate my bore light, position it in the end of the barrel, muzzle end, take a look. Oh my. So then, with the gun secured in the vise, I'm going to position my Hoppies Universal Bore Guide right here in the breech. I do this to prevent metal-to-metal contact between the rod and the rifling. Plus, it's a great way to keep solvent from accidentally dripping into the action. Got my rod here with a Hoppies phosphor bore brush threaded onto the end. We dip the brush into my Hoppies number 9 solvent like so. Then we slide the brush in from the breech end of the barrel, pushing it all the way through to the muzzle in one clean motion, as opposed to stopping and starting the brush inside the bore. Then we pull it back out the way we came, also in one continuous motion. Now we can repeat this process a few times just to make sure we've got everything inside busted loose. Man, I love that scent. It's almost better than aftershave. Now it's time to switch out the bore brush for a slotted tip. But as I do that, let me point out that a good alternative to the traditional bore brush is Hoppies Tornado Brush, the one built with a spiral wound design featuring stainless steel loops instead of bristles. Either brush gets the job done, and both can be washed up afterward. Look close as I slip a cleaning patch through the slot, just like so. Now it's back to the breech, where we can run that cloth down the bore again in one clean pass. And then back out again. You take out that dirty patch and put in another. The obvious idea is that you repeat this process until that little booger comes out clean, or at least fairly light gray. Now this might require anywhere from 4 to 8 passes.
Go ahead and do one more pass and do that last
Ah, see? The clean patch tells me that Hoppy's number 9 has done its job, just like it has since 1903. Of course, the gun care people at Hoppy's have come up with a few new ideas since then. For instance, competitive bench press shooters take advantage of Hoppy's semi-auto solvent, which does a superior job of removing copper, powder, and lead fouling. Our friends of the black powder persuasion sing the praises of Hoppy's number 9 Plus because it doubles as a powder solvent and a patch lubricant. And for those of you who are always on the lookout for the latest gun cleaning technology, I would be remiss not to mention Hoppy's Elite Gun Cleaner, which uses a formula originally developed to clean F-18 fighter jets. Shifting focus back to a much more humble machine, it's time to apply a thin coat of lubricating oil to the bore. After all, a very good cleaning removes all the oils you put in there before. So just grab yourself another clean patch, put it on the rod. By the way, I should mention that today I've been using Hoppy's one-piece carbon fiber rod, my personal favorite because of its interchangeable rods and handles. And most importantly, because it prevents metal-to-metal contact inside the rifle bore. Just put a few drops or so on the patch and then run it through the barrel. Just once, mind you. That's all you need to get a fine coat of oil that'll help reduce friction, wear, and prevent corrosion. The next little trick is something you probably already know. Hoppy's number 9 lubricating oil can also go on the exterior of the gun and on all the moving parts. So feel free to put a light coating on any metal surface you see fit, all over the place. And don't worry about doing damage to your stock, because Hoppy's number 9 oil, you need not be careful. It can't hurt a thing. I'm sorry to say it, folks, but that's the end of our conversation today about Hoppy's number 9. Except to say that for well over 100 years now, people have been trying, without success, to top the performance and reliability of Hoppy's number 9. Guess that means our old friend is here to stay, doing its job and helping guys like you and me keep our guns in shape. I don't know, kind of sounds like a legend. Thanks for watching. I'm Dave Andrus for HoppiesTV.com.
Here at Hoppies, we believe there are 4 major components to gun care: cleaning, brushing, drying, and oiling. I'm John Vaca, and I'm here to walk you through it. For the first step, which is cleaning, we've selected the Enpro 7 Foaming Gun Cleaner. The cleaning process starts by applying a liberal amount of the Enpro 7 cleaning foam into the barrel. Now once the foam starts backing up, we're going to tip the barrel down to get the foam running down the entire length of the barrel, and we're going to go ahead and give it another shot or two. Make sure to have a rag handy for when you've got the barrel tipped up to catch the solvent that's coming through the barrel. Now we're going to bring in our bore snake. The bore snakes can help us with all 4 areas of our gun care program, from the cleaning, to the brushing, to the drying, to the oiling. Now the bore snake has a rope with a brass weight on one end which will help pull that rope in the bore snake through the barrel. It's also marked with the specific caliber or gauge of the gun that it's corresponding to. So after the cleaning foam has had a chance to set for a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more to the front part of the bore snake and run it down the entire length of the barrel. This is going to complete the first 3 steps. It's going to clean it, it's going to brush it, and it's going to dry it. Now that we've completed the first 3 steps, we're going to the 4th and final step, which is oiling. I'm going to use this Enpro 7 LPX. This LPX will permeate the metal inside the barrel and leave a fine, thin coating that will protect the metal. And we have completed the 4th and final step. We've cleaned it, we've brushed it, we've dried it, and now we've oiled it. The bore of this gun is ready to be put away. It's totally and completely protected. If you'd like more information on any of the products that you've seen here today, please come visit us at hoppies.com.
If you're interested in buying one of these products, links to all the products mentioned in this video are in the description down below. If you like and found this video helpful, don't forget to give a like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.